guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out here working on the Civic yet again. I'm going to try to start knocking out this list of things I need to get done so we can get this tune finished up. I'm currently saving up for a clutch. Those are pretty pricey, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to order one, hopefully relatively soon. But for now we're going to start knocking out the smaller stuff. So the first thing I want to knock out is the valve chatter issue that it was having. I'm going to go ahead and relash all my valves. I did reach out to Hafferland Performance about the cams, and they actually said that they should have sent me washers with the cams, which they probably did. I was so excited, I'm sure I just threw them away. I don't really know. But anyways, the washers are to shim up the LMA springs. They said that I need to do that because that's probably what the chatter is the LMAs are just bouncing around in there. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble the top of the engine, get the intake manifold off, valve covers off, and then get the rocker assemblies out, and then shim up the LMAs, put it all back together, relash all the valves, make sure everything's good there, and then we'll see if that fixes the valve chatter problem. I'm not exactly sure how thick of a washer or shim that I need, so I just went and got some stainless steel washers, and hopefully one in each one will be thick enough. I don't want to put two in there, multiples, because I don't want the washers bouncing around off of each other, but we'll start with one, and then we'll see what happens. So hopefully that fixes the problem. But yeah, without any further ado, guys, let's dive on into this thing. All right, you guys, so I got the valve covers off. I don't know how you can see this or not, but the LMA springs right down here underneath the rocker arms have a good amount of play in them. They're pretty loose. So I'm hoping that that's all the valve chatter issue is. You can see how much that thing moves in there. It's pretty wild. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can see it pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and shim those guys up. Hopefully it solves the problem. Alright guys, I got all of the LMA springs shimmed. I ended up using two washers in each one instead of just one because I put one in, there was still a little bit of play to them, so I just wanted to be safe, put two in there. And yeah, they're all done. So I'm going to call it a night for tonight, guys. We're going to go ahead and take our daughter to the fair and get some fair food for dinner. Sounds delicious. But yeah, tomorrow night after work, I'll get back working on this thing. We will get all of the valves relashed. Make sure everything's within clearance there, put it all back together, and then we'll fire it up and see what it sounds like. So we'll see you tomorrow night. All right, you guys, it's now been a few days, but we are back out here, and we are going to once again lap the valves in this bad boy. Or not lap the valves, what am I talking about? We're going to set the valve lash once again on these bad boys, and then get this thing back together, and hopefully the problem will be solved. So let's jump on in. All right, you guys, we just got everything back together. Becky and the baby out here chilling. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up, make sure it sounds good, and hopefully, what in the, oh, in the fan. Hopefully it all sounds good, and we'll see what happens. All right, you guys, I just fired it up. Sounds healthy. I don't want to let it run too long because I got Nolly out here in the garage with me hanging out, but yeah, sounds good. I don't want to let it warm all the way up. Then I can rev it up, you know, past 7,000 RPM, see if it's still having some valve chatter. I did forget to hook up some coolant lines, so we lost a little bit of coolant there, but it's all right. You don't really need that stuff, you know? But yeah, guys, so it's all back together now. Hopefully the valve chatter problem is fixed. I plan on ordering my clutch later today or tomorrow. And then whenever that comes in, we can start ripping the engine back out of this thing and get the clutch changed. So making progress, guys. We're getting there. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. After I got everything back together, I took my voltmeter and went through the heads, the intake manifold, the block, the transmission to make sure all the grounds were good, because another one of the things on my to-do list is figure out why I have low voltage coming from my cam and crank sensors. So I was thinking it may be a ground problem, but everything checked out. It was only reading 1 ohm or less for everything, so I imagine that's good enough. I don't know if it's supposed to be 0 or not, but yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. The next one, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, start pulling this engine out and get it ready for the new clutch. I'll be ordering that very soon, and yeah. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.